Hi everyone, I'm Grace Ghattas, also known as Gigi by my initials. As you know, I'm applying for the Director of Diversity and Inclusion with the club. I play hockey and I've been in Hong Kong for 7 years, having come from Melbourne in Australia. So a little bit of background, I've worked in corporate for 20 years in the areas of advertising, sales and marketing, business, training and development, and recently, as in 3 years ago, made the smooth but unexpected change to work for an NGO, in particular our church, in the area of youth, young adults and community services and outreach. In my spare time, besides playing hockey, I'm a swim coach. I enjoy playing guitar, hosting parties, and I do volunteer work as well. From a very young age, I experienced two very significant things in my life. The first one was experiencing a lot of bullying and discrimination. We were a different looking kind of family moving to a very affluent white area in Melbourne called Mount Eliza. So I did get called some pretty interesting names, the N-word, I was called Avo. I was quite different, but from there I learnt how to rise above that and overcome some adversity to then become an advocate for people that also experience discrimination even to this day. The other thing I learned growing up is how to serve others. From a very young age, around the same time, my mum either helped others or we were helped. And what's important about that is whatever we had, we gave, and there was always someone to help and there was always a way to help. So that's been ingrained in me, not only because of my faith and my beliefs, but because I believe it's the core of our humanity. As well as my personal background and experience, and trust me, there are a lot of stories. I'm using my professional background and experience where I can use the resources that I have to help those in our club who need a platform and need a listening ear. And I believe it is truly a team effort, both on and off the field and the court. Hello netball. And it is something that I want us as a club to be inclusive, not only internally, we must learn how to be inclusive internally, but also learn how to be inclusive and embrace the diversity that is about to come into Valley. I helped set up the CSR at Flight Centre Hong Kong, and after a few years we were able to earn the caring company status, which I understand is very highly sought after. A lot of hard work, a lot of consistency, but the importance was that we did a lot of listening, not only to our employees but to the external parties that we were helping. So I'm using not only my personal experience over the last 30 years, but my professional experience, both working in NGOs or volunteering with NGOs, but also the work that I've done in and outside of the church and how I can bring this to the club and keep us stronger and more humane together. My vision for our club across rugby, netball and hockey is to be recognised as a club that is steadfastly inclusive. We have strong beliefs, high standards, and we are a club that will increase in numbers for all the right reasons. My vision is that in 2021 we have 750 members, and by 2023 I'd like us to increase to 1,000 and attract the best of the best. Players, coaches, sponsors, team members, you name it, because I want us to be recognised as a club that celebrates, embraces and accepts diversity across every platform. And I believe that despite our differences and despite our diversity, we do have a common thread. It's not just being human. We do have a common thread in each of our stories, and it starts with being listened to, being heard, and being accepting of one another, giving everyone a place to belong, and being compassionate. So that's almost it for me, but I just want to leave you with 3 important things to think about as you consider voting for me. The first one is, I am an open book. Not only will I share wholeheartedly about my personal and professional stories, I always say bad decisions make good stories, but good decisions make better stories. But I want you to know, as I mentioned, I am an open book. You can ask me anything, and you could also feed back to me anything. The more upfront and frank your comments are, and trust me, I have a thick skin. I have worked in the advertising industry. That's where I got my practice. But the more upfront you are and open and honest you are, I think the better the understanding is, because it leaves no room for ambiguity. And I invite that, and I encourage that. When I feed back to you or want to share with you, I'm quite sensitive that not everyone is like me, so I am wary of that. The second thing I'd like you to do is, you're welcome to find me on Facebook. My profile is public. That gives you a little bit more insight into who I am and what I do. And I'm also on LinkedIn, so you're welcome to look at my background both professionally and personally to see what I get up to. I'm not on any other social media. You can ask me why, and we can set up for another conversation. But I do appeal for your vote. So vote for Gigi and respectance, which means respect and acceptance. So respectance. Thank you for your time. Ask me anything, and I look forward to getting to know you, your story, and making Valley Rugby Football Club known for its diversity and inclusion, not only in Hong Kong, but Asia. Thank you.